Instead of apologizing for the heinous comments he made, the Trump-backed gubernatorial candidate in North Carolina, Mark Robinson, is doubling down on his insanity, and it appears he still has the support of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. So not only is Robinson committed to staying in the race, but the latest reports show that his campaign is down to a measly 3 staffers after the rest of his team resigned in disgrace. So with that context in mind, here was the self-described Nazi and perv, Mark Robinson, getting furious at CNN reporters over their expose on his vulgar online behavior and goes on to threaten legal action against the network. I'll cut him off before he starts spewing too much MAGA propaganda.
We're in talks right now, everything up to legal counsel to take CNN to task for what they have done to us. We are going after them. Okay, we are going to go after them for what they've done.
What they've done was merely expose that you had an Ashley Madison account and made lewd and vile comments on a pornography website in which you called for the practice of slavery to be brought back and labeled yourself a, quote, black Nazi, end quote. And you also revealed that you peeped on women in the shower, dude. Clearly the name of the game is denial for Mark Robinson and the MAGA Republicans, taking a page from Donald Trump's playbook, who thus far has denied all 43 plus sexual assault allegations that have been leveled against him and denied all 91 crimes that he's been charged with. But J.D. Vance, on the other hand, is deploying a different strategy when it comes to all things Mark Robinson, which is to brush off Robinson's comments as nothing more than a mere scandal and, of course, refusing to denounce him.
A sex scandal in North Carolina is between the lieutenant governor and the people of North Carolina. They're going to make their decision, and we support them.
No comment about Robinson's Nazi and slavery fanaticism? How convenient. But here's the thing, JD. It's not just between the people of North Carolina and Robinson. You and your running mate have proudly endorsed Robinson. Your running mate even called him Martin Luther King Jr. on steroids. And you guys continue to stand by Robinson in spite of all of these horrifically racist and anti-Semitic things he's been revealed to have said. Robinson is a direct reflection of your core values, which have now been put on full display due to the fact that you and Donald Trump have still failed to condemn him, which I don't think will bode very well for you guys at the ballot box in North Carolina. Yet instead of just acknowledging that Nazism and slavery are bad, we had another MAGA Congresswoman, Virginia Foxx, who is a representative in Robinson's home state of North Carolina, who tries to convince the crowd that she still has Trump's back, but at first she makes a Freudian slip and says she doesn't have his back.
Let me make something crystal clear. I have President Trump's back because he has my back. I'm with President Trump because he has your back.
I think her conscience got it right the first time, and I wouldn't categorize cutting seniors' Social Security benefits or removing health care protections for those with pre-existing conditions or taking away reproductive rights from women and killing more jobs than Herbert Hoover as having voters' backs, but that's just me. All right, so you get the picture. MAGA is sticking by Robinson till the bitter end, which shows you how corrupt and immoral this party has become under the reign of Donald Trump, the convicted felon and adjudicated rapist who threatened John Deere at a conference in Pennsylvania that he would impose a 200% tariff on them and any other company should he be given a second term.
We're putting a 200% tariff on everything that you want to sell into the United States, so that if I win, John Deere is going to be paying a 200%. They haven't started it yet. Maybe they haven't even made the final decision yet, but I think they have. John Deere is going to, and anybody else that does this.
You can almost hear John Deere depositing the checks to the Kamala Harris campaign, and yikes, there goes Trump again, promising to raise prices on middle and working class Americans by imposing those harsh tariffs. But I don't even think his supporters care about whether or not Donald Trump's policies will actually affect them or have an impact on their lives. Policies are irrelevant to his base, as was demonstrated by one of his supporters who told reporters that immigration is the #1 issue that he cares about most, yet immigration, he admits, does not affect him at all.
So what's the most important issue for you as a Pennsylvania voter?
The illegal immigration into this country.
How is it hurting you and folks you know?
It's not. It's just the principle of the fact that everybody comes in here and gets free stuff and taking stuff away from hardworking Americans, and we got to put America first again.
So basically, that guy is paying money to hear an adjudicated rapist hate on migrants for the fun of it. At least he's honest. And for the first time, though, I don't believe a word of what he says anymore. Trump made an honest confession over the weekend that he would not be running for re-election in 2028 should he lose this election.
If you're not successful this time, do you see yourself running again in 4 years?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I think that will be it. I don't see that at all.
He sure sounds defeated, doesn't he? And P.S. Donald, you can't run from prison, though I wouldn't be surprised if the GOP nominates him from the slammer in 2028. So take what Donald Trump said with a bigly grain of salt. There you have it, guys. 43 days out from the election. I was going to incorporate Donald Trump's rally coverage in this podcast, but his rally is still going on as I speak, so I will include that in tomorrow's. Until then, let's keep our pedals to the metal until we see that blue wave wash over the country on November 5th. We got this. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode of the Gen Z Perspective. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the show and give us a 5-star review on Apple, because as you can see, the MAGA lunatics have bombarded the podcast with 0-star reviews. I think we're worth a little more than that, but I also think it shows you how terrified they are of our generation. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time on the Gen Z Perspective. The Gen Z Perspective's theme song was created and produced by Pokari.